Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel in which I talk about investing and personal finance. And in this video, we're going to talk about the crypto market. Has Bitcoin bottomed already? Have we reached the low of the current market cycle and are we due for a recovery? Well, the global crypto market cap has shrunk below $1 trillion after reaching a high of $3 trillion in November 2021. And as of this point of the video, we have reached a yearly low of between 17.6 to 17.8K for Bitcoin in June 2022. So are we going to go lower or is it upwards from here already? Analysts show that Bitcoin tends to fall roughly 80% from all-time highs. And the current cycle's all-time high is around 69K reached on November 2021. So if there is an 80% drop from the all-time high of 69K, then it would be that the low would be around 13K to 14K. So it may mean that we might not have bottomed out if we expect historic pattern to repeat again. Now let's look at a recap of what has happened since May 2022, which started the whole crypto crash. Luna Foundation Guard, which controlled funds for the Terra project, dumped 80,081 bitcoins in a failed effort to protect the peg of the Terra USD stablecoin in May 2022, and this sparked a series of cascading liquidations. Now, Terra's collapse have also put pressure on Bitcoin miners to sell, so it is estimated that miners sold 19,056 coins between May and June 2022, and in some cases they were selling more than their monthly production, likely drawing from their own Bitcoin reserves. Now, Celsius froze clients' assets during June 22, halted all withdrawals from its platform due to extreme market conditions, and it has since went bankrupt. It has more than 100,000 creditors and owes its users around $4.7 billion according to its bankruptcy filing. Then we have Three Arrows Capital, a popular crypto hedge fund which was over-leveraged and owed lenders 18,193 bitcoins and other coins equivalent to more than 22,000 bitcoins. It has since filed for bankruptcy on July 7, and co-founders have been on the run from creditors. Then we have Tesla's Q2 earning report, which came out late July, which revealed that Elon Musk, a big supporter of crypto, which used to keep tweeting about Bitcoin and Dogecoin going to the moon, has sold 29,060 bitcoins, which was about 75% of Tesla's total Bitcoin holdings. Average sale price was around 29K during Q2, which caused the plunge of Bitcoin to the low 20Ks in May 2022. So from here, we see that a lot of major institutions and miners have already sold off a lot of Bitcoins. So will the selling continues? Will Bitcoin keep going down if more people sell? It remains to be seen. So if we look at Bitcoin's chart, now this is the daily chart. We had the 69K all-time high, 10 November 2021, and right now we are down here. So it reached a bottom of about 17.6K back then, 18 June 2022, and now we are just consolidating in this range. So I have drawn some support and resistance lines. Let's look at the weekly chart. So this is where I'm drawing my support and resistance lines. And this, the bottommost, goes back to the top here. And this was around 13K. So this is about 80+% from the all-time high of 69K. So if Bitcoin repeats its pattern and drop by more than 80% at least for this cycle, then it will fall to around the 13 plus K area, which is around this line, and it coincides with these two tops, right, in 2019 and 2020. So this is a support line back here. Now, currently we are around this line, which also coincided with a peak in December 2017. Just hovering around this area. We have been consolidating within this bear flag, I would say, because this is a bearish downtrend, and then now we're just moving up a bit. So people are saying that, some of them are saying this relief rally is gonna go into a bull run, and some are just saying this is just a relief rally. We are gonna consolidate, bounce between these channels up and down, and then we'll fall further straight on, perhaps next level to around 13 to 14k. And then some are saying that it will fall to 10k. I'm not going to predict whether it will or not, but I am thinking that if it breaks below this flag and also break below this support line again, we will likely be going down to the 13k level. But of course, if this rally continues and if Bitcoin manages to break out of this flag with volume and momentum, then we might go up to maybe about between 28k to 30k. So if I draw a fib retracement from 69k, the all-time high, to the low of 17 plus k, we see that the 0.236 level is around close to 30k. So if we do break through this resistance over here with volume, then it may likely be that we would bounce up to 30k, and then maybe it would be another leg down from here if it doesn't break through 30k. And if it doesn't bounce out of this flag to reach 30k, then maybe it will just break down and we go down from here to 13k or even less, depending on what happens afterwards. So there really is not any prediction that when will Bitcoin really bottom, but based on these levels, we can roughly gauge that, if it breaks out, then we go to this one. If it breaks down, then we go to this one. So we will just have to see from here. And now this is the weekly chart. So you see from this time period, we had so many consecutive weekly bearish candles. And now just bouncing within this range. See, it's just going up, down, up, down, up, down. So if you are just trading within this range, then you can just like buy here, sell here, long here, short here, and then just repeat it until Bitcoin breaks out of this flag, this bear flag, right? So in the meantime, you can enjoy this range trading, but we know that after a period of low volatility, high volatility would soon follow. It's just whether it breaks out in which direction. And I lean more to the bearish side for now, but we will see what happens. If you would like to trade cryptocurrencies but have not yet opened an account, you can trade with me on Huobi platform. So this is the link. You can also find it in the description section below. And if you sign up using my invite code, I can teach you step by step on how to navigate around the platform so you can start trading cryptocurrencies. And if you want to learn more about cryptocurrencies, you can join my one-to-one education mentoring sessions. Just contact me, email me to ask more about it, or follow my social media and talk to me. Or you can join a group class for beginners and you can start learning about cryptocurrencies, technical analysis, and also on-chain analysis, even if you're a complete beginner. Elsewise, you can also support me on Patreon so that you can get market updates, thoughts, opinions, and general bite-sized educational content on investing in the crypto market, as well as on US stocks as well. And I also share personal finance tips as well. So this is the Patreon link. You can also find it in the description section below. And if you want to invest in both cryptocurrency and real estate together, you can do so via the asset-backed solution ABS fund. Now, this is a passive fund, so you don't have to understand how cryptocurrencies function. You just have to put your money in the fund and the traders will trade for you. So you can invest in the property in prime areas in Malaysia and at the same time obtain passive income every month, because traders will trade cryptocurrencies for you and also invest in blockchain projects in order to give you a return. So you can choose to have your share of the property value if it appreciates over a year, or the value of the crypto fund if it appreciates over a year. So depending on which overperforms, then you have the option to choose whether you want the property value or your share of the crypto fund. So in this case, it is a 2-in-1 asset-backed solution. You get exposure to both property and as well as cryptocurrencies. So if the crypto fund underperforms, you will still have the property collateral, which is a real and tangible asset, while not giving up the opportunity to earn crypto-like returns, which can be potentially up to 60% annually or 5% monthly. Of course, this is not financial advice, and you are still obliged to do your own asset allocation planning to see how much you want to allocate to cryptocurrencies, depending on your own risk profile as well as investment time frame. Now, if we look at this 200-week moving average heat map, we see that in previous cycles, Bitcoin would bottom out around the 200-week moving average line. That happened for 2015, and then also in 2018, the bottom. And then during the COVID-19 pandemic in March 2020, it dipped below the 200-week moving average before rebounding up again. Then we get our all-time high here. And then now we come crashing down, and we are around the 200-week moving average again. So it could be possible that it is the bottom, whereby after this, Bitcoin might move upwards from the 200-week moving average level. But then this time we had a lot of things also playing out at the same time, which didn't happen in the previous cycles. We had the COVID-19 pandemic, supply chain disruptions, then we have the Russia-Ukraine war, inflation is at a 40-year high, we have interest rate hikes, and recession may just be coming up. So a lot of things are happening. Macro conditions are not that good, and we may just have a major crash from here for the stock market as well. So maybe it would be different from the previous cycles, because in the previous bear markets, we did not see a major recession, right? So this time could be different. If we look at the logarithmic growth chart as well, it could be seen that right now we are at the bottom zone, which signaled that it could be a good time to buy. So if you would want to buy now, then take it as dollar cost averaging, because we might not know where price might move from here. But since it is at a low level right now, seems attractive, you can collect a bit. But of course, do not put in all your cash at once, because we still want to monitor where price really goes from here, right? If it goes further below, then maybe you can accumulate more. If it goes down further again, accumulate more. But take it as dollar cost averaging if you're looking to buy now, right? Look at the fear and greed index, which shows market sentiment. So previously in June, we had extreme fear, a score of 6. Now, the lower the score, the more fearful people are, and the more likely they are going to sell off their holdings, panic and not buy. And the higher the level towards the green area, it means that people are euphoric. They're getting greedy. They're just buying Bitcoin even at high prices. So now it reached a low, historic low of 6 during June 2022, when we had Celsius and Three Arrows Capital undergoing financial troubles. But since then, we have moved up in score. So people are not as fearful now in July compared to during June 2022 when we had all those cascading liquidations. So market sentiment has improved. But it remains to be seen what goes on next. So what are the risks for Bitcoin and crypto as a whole? Of course, macro factors are a big risk. So if we look at inflation, which has been a pretty hot topic for the year so far for both stocks and also crypto, US year-on-year CPI for June 2022 reached a 40-year high of 9.1%. Now, this level has not been seen since 1971, so it is something significant. And because of inflation, the Federal Reserve has been increasing interest rates, and this is not good for risky assets like growth stocks and cryptocurrencies. So if there are further interest rate hikes, this would impact both stock markets as well as crypto. On 27 July 2022, we expect the Federal Open Market Committee announcement about the next rate hike. So whether it will be 75 basis points or 100 basis points. So if it is 75 basis points, then it would be all right, because the previous rate hike was also 75 basis points. But if we get 100 basis points hike, then market might start to react negatively. And it could be that crypto may dump upon the announcement or a few days later, like what happened previously. Then there is also GDP and recession fears. So if the US declares that economic growth has slowed for the second quarter 2022, then we would have recorded 2 consecutive quarters of negative economic growth, which technically means that we are in a recession because you have 2 consecutive quarters of negative economic growth. That is the technical definition. So this may cause markets to overreact and also lead to a sell-off of risky assets. And we are expecting this GDP announcement on the 29th of July 2022. So these 2 announcements, we are likely to expect volatility for financial markets. And then, of course, there is the Mt. Gox possible dump, which may lead to a big decline in Bitcoin price if it does happen. So this is a very large risk for crypto as well. Now, if we look at this survey conducted by MLIV on Bitcoin's next trend, which ran from July 5th to July 8th, so it is seen that 60% of people think that Bitcoin would likely reach 10,000 US dollars, and only 40% think that it would actually go up to reach 30K again. So majority thinks that Bitcoin is heading lower. Of course, majority may not be correct most of the time. It really depends on which side do you stand on. Are we going down to 10K or are we going up to 30K? What is your bet? Let me know in the comments section below.